We've gotten over with the Baroque period. All of a sudden, this another period comes along that we're not going to study any of the artists, called Rococo. Rococo. It is also a romantic style. It's full of fluff and frilly stuff that I don't really care for. So we're not going to study any artists. Plus, there wasn't any really famous artists out of that time period. So Rococo was this very fancy style. But all of a sudden, this dude comes along, Jacques Louis David. Jacques Louis David. He is French. Very good. Very good. All of a sudden, the capital of the art world was Italy. It shifts at this moment because of this dude right here. Shifts to Paris, France. He very much based himself in Paris, France, and all of a sudden the art world shifted there. So we started in Florence, went to Rome. Now the art world, the center of the art world, goes to Paris, France. We're skipping ahead again about 80 years now, about 100 years, so about 1750. What's that? Where is it at now? It's kind of everywhere. Kind of the mecca still is New York, in a way. New York is still somewhat the capital, but it's now so, since there's so much, I would say actually the capital is the internet. That's where everything is based off of now. You can see anything. Banksy is now one of the most popular, and all this stuff is just posted on the internet. So that's an interesting question. I'll have to kind of Google that and see what comes up. Jacques Louis David. All right. There is some drama here. What's that? I don't even know. Good question. It might be. It might be. Very good question. I'm showing you, I'm not sure the story of this one. Kind of need to look that one up. But I'm showing you kind of what you can tell this character eye. You remember how I said Vermeer, if there was a window in the top left, it was probably a Vermeer. If you see open hands, like a bunch of open hands, like this, it's usually Jacques Louis David. We kind of go away from the dramatic lighting here. Yes, there is some nice lighting, but we go away. He actually was studying painting, and then all of a sudden he went to Rome, and he really fell in love with the Greeks and Romans. Absolutely fell in love with them, their style, and he wanted to get rid of the brush strokes out of all of his paintings. He wanted crisp edges, no brush strokes like the Baroque painters did. So guess what kind of style? Is it going to be classical or romantic? Classical. It's actually called neoclassical. That is his style. N-E-O classical. It's one word. Neoclassical. He was basically bringing back the classical ideas of the Greeks and Romans. As we can see here, this is probably a Roman story. Probably. No one's convinced it's probably. Right? So this is neoclassical, the style. Again, we very much see a heavy Greek influence or Roman influence. They're gods. Yeah, there's a lot of naked people. That's Zeus, by the way.
Is she sitting on his foot?
Yes. No. That's her foot. That's her foot. What?
No, that's not her.
We won't go into that. Again, this is the story. You guys remember me, this was a while ago when I told the story of Rome, the two brothers of Rome. Do you guys remember?
Oh, yeah.
The wolf with the little babies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That became the symbol of Rome. Roma. So that's actually the wolf with the little babies going, yeah. Okay. So we can definitely tell this is Rome. This is where the brothers, all of a sudden they realized they didn't have any women, so they went to another town and killed all the men and took all the women. Yeah, not a great story.
Someone's holding a baby up in the air.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we got the kids. Okay. Save the children. And she's trying to save the children. She's trying to save the children. These are very, very large paintings, by the way. Anyone recognize
I'm pulling.
That's not like commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is
Where's
now.
they talking about?
There was a Geico. Was it a Geico?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there's a Geico. Actually, Geico used this. Do you guys, have you ever seen the commercial where it's like, would you rather have big or small? And it's a Geico. I'll look it up. This actual painting was in the background where a little guy was screaming. Anyway, this is Napoleon.
Was he like 4'2" or something?
Yeah, he was 4'2". But when you look at this, does he look like he's 4'2"? No.
Maybe he's on like a tiny horse.
Yeah.
Could be.
Or has those like legs.
Mini horse.
What, say that out loud now. What'd you just say? There you go. Yeah, Don, what did you just say?
They probably made him bigger.
Exactly. So, what we see from history, if you didn't know, you would think, oh man, this guy is a leader. This guy could do anything. I mean, look at him. He's on a freaking horse that looks awesome. Okay? So he very much, Jacques Louis David, empowered Napoleon. They would post these things in public view to be like, oh, our leader is awesome. Very powerful piece, one of the most famous portraits of a leader that we have. Very dramatic, very, I don't know, you could just say it's a good painting. But it kind of pulls away from what he truly was. He wasn't that tall. He wasn't that big. But he was a leader, so they wanted to portray him as that. Has anyone ever seen this? No? Okay. You will eventually. This is called The Death of Marat. Marat was a famous revolutionary writer. He had a skin disease where he had to sit in a tub all day, or else his skin would dry up and like peel away. And so he would just sit in this tub doing his revolutionary writing, speaking against Napoleon and everything like that. And one day someone comes in and shanks him right there. Just, okay. And as you can tell, he's doing the writing. Marat signs it there. So, or I should say, David signs it there, but it has Marat's name on there. They actually have like celebrity portraits that like celebrities that speak out. I've seen parodies where their face is there, they're like just dead. I've seen Miley Cyrus' face on there. This is one of my favorite paintings. This is called The Oath of the Horatii, mainly because there's 3 brothers, and I have 2 brothers. So, 3 brothers. What happens is, these brothers, there's a war between the Horatii, and a neighboring country. One of the women is engaged to the men. One of the men, these are 3 sisters, 3 brothers. One of the men is engaged to a woman of that country. But what it is showing is, the artist wanted to create a sense of patriotism. Mainly because Napoleon wanted his country to come together. So he showed that even though they may have loved him, their sense of patriotism was stronger than their relationships with their husband or wife or anything like that. If I had to give a number here, what number would it be? 3. See how many times 3 is represented? 3 swords, 3 women, 3 openings. Very classical structure. Very much divided. Boom, boom, boom. That's what makes it classical. Very much a structure of how it is divided. Also where everything lines up, kind of moves your feet. Notice the triangles too?
Yeah.
They're bringing back the classical composition of triangles. Here. So, Jacques Louis David. Thing you need to know about him. Did I do that yet, or no?
No.
Painted Napoleon and historic paintings. Painted Napoleon and historic paintings. Painted Napoleon and historic paintings.
Was he the only person who drew Napoleon?
Pretty much. He was pretty much the appointed person to paint Napoleon. Mainly because he... What's that?
He died when we were having...
Yeah. How was it?
Neoclassic.
Let's look up.
Oh,
That's ours. Last artist we're gonna do today. I got some YouTubes. What commercial was that?
Geico one. It was on the Saturday Night Live, so we were watching.
we're doing one more of this.
What?